Hello and welcome to Full Send Broadcast Network here tonight with the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series presented by Sim Racer Hub. Tonight, these guys are going to be going around this almost 3.5 mile long road course here in Austin, Texas at Circuit of the Americas. Tonight, joining me in the booth is Justin Hutchinson. How you doing tonight, Justin?
Pretty good as always, Jacob. Glad to be here with you.
Hey, so what are you looking forward here to tonight as they tackle the first road course here in the truck series for the season here?
We're really just this being a new track, probably to a lot of these drivers, and the one faster pair they get each week. I'm gonna be sure a lot of them are gonna be used up tonight, so you're gonna have to see a lot of clean driving towards the end of this thing.
Absolutely, yeah. So let's take a look here at our pre-race info presented by Sim Racer Hub. This track is 3.36 miles in length with 16 turns. Each one more treacherous than the last, especially in a stock car. The temperature out there is 76 degrees Fahrenheit, humidity is 54%, partly cloudy with 2-mile-an-hour winds. The track surface temperature is 85 degrees, so lots of grip down there on that track, but lots of elevation changes here on this 3.5 mile long course that creates the vehicle getting really light, which causes it to spin out fairly easy. Tonight, they'll be making 40 laps around here. They're going to have a stage at lap 15. I do not believe they will be throwing the caution flag for that one. Okay, yes, just got word they are going to throw the yellow at the stage end as the leader crosses the start-finish line, and that will signify the end of the stage. All other yellows are just going to be local cautions like they normally do here in the Southern Excitement Racing League. There's only going to be one full course caution at lap 15. After that, everything's just local yellows. They have one faster pair, which is a main staple here in the SERL. They have a 65% fuel load, which I'm estimating to be about, I would say, 8 to 12 laps around this long road course. They have 4 sets of tires, and that's including the set of tires they qualify on, but I don't foresee tires really becoming a factor here tonight. But the one question we all want answered is who can make the fewest mistakes around this 16-turn course? I believe whoever is able to master that will probably be your winner tonight. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, it's gonna really be tough. This is gonna be a race of driving the track and not the drivers per se. And along with mistakes, you got to factor in green flag pit stops and a different pit road here that these drivers haven't really had practice with.
Yeah, and as we go back, as seems like practice has ended there while we were talking about it. Let's bring up the session state here. Yep, we have gone to qualifying, and it looked like Jamie Dunning was the fastest in practice, I believe, as we have several trucks coming out onto the track right now. There's the 3 of Dakota Camper coming out. Gonna make his warm-up lap here. These guys are given 10 minutes to qualify to make 2 laps around this long track. We'll follow along with several drivers each lap. Try to cut to them as they try to come across the line. Take their time.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised here. You'll see some guys make their 2-lap run and then stay out there a little bit, try to make use of that extra time they got here.
There's Dustin Madsen in that 6 machine. He's also out there along with the 5 of Matt Crockett. Looking pretty strong in practice. I believe he was one of the few that ran the most laps in practice. Getting to know the layout of this track. And there's the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. 18 of Christopher Howell. It looks like we have all but 2 drivers on the track right now.
Yeah, I got a feeling that all these guys want to get out here as quick as they can and get that practice in. You got 3.4 mile track. There's so much room for error as soon as you take the stripe on one of these qualifying laps. It's insane.
Absolutely, yeah. These guys really under a lot of pressure to try to make every corner and take it one corner at a time. There's that saying that race the track, don't race the competitors. That's got to be where this that phrase was really made for right here. Is you don't really need to race the guy in front of you or behind you. You need to race each and every corner here of the track, just so you don't make a mistake and go off course and lose it or get involved in something bigger. We have lots of drivers now coming across the line, taking their first lap, their green flag lap here. There's the 54 of Jamie Dunning coming through the S's. Going to be a fun spot to sit back and watch these cars zigzagging through there.
Just keeping the wheels on those rumble strips. Nearly hitting all of them.
Really trying to nail the apex of the corner right there. Right now, we're just waiting to see who's going to make it across the line first.
'54 looks really smooth. Well, he got off a little bit there. I don't know if that's going to hurt his lap. Not
really
sure the
nails
qualifying's screwing. I would think they would.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I would think they'd make the qualifying, maybe just a little bit more lenient since no one's really ran here, but I'm not really sure if it's, low or high scrutiny there.
See right there, Jamie Dunning coming out of what looks to be turn 14 or 15. I believe that was turn 15. Yeah, here's turn 16. Coming on that main front stretch there, really grabbing the gears to come across the line. We're about to see a lot of drivers come up. Justin Michael's the first one across. There goes Dunning. Oh, crying shame. Dunning's lap must have been disallowed.
That just answered the question.
Due to an off track.
Yeah, the scrutiny's got to be really severe because Dunning barely touched the grass off of one of the turns there.
Absolutely. As Dakota Camper has gone to the top spot in that 3 machine that we're looking at right here with a 2-minute, 20-second lap. He beat out Kelly Poynor by 0.8 or almost 0.8 of a second. Justin Michael, Jonathan Cogswell, James McCanney have all taken laps now. Go check on Matt Crockett, see how he's doing. We see him coming through the S's. Cota Camper has gone off track. Looks like that's going to wrap up his qualifying run.
Yeah, I'm still following that 54 right now. He's been driving this second lap with a head of steam. And oh, he just got off a little bit again.
Ooh, well,
that just terminated that lap.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll have to keep an eye out on the scoring tower to see if that's going to allow that lap. As John J. McIntyre comes across the line, coming up P5. Getting it slowed way down here for turn one. One of a couple real tight turns here on this track.
And for this race, they did raise the incident count limit tonight. You got a 34x before you get a penalty, and a 49x before you're DQ.
That's very generous of the league, knowing that this track is very difficult to drive in a full-bodied stock car.
Oh, Dunning's lap counted there.
Jamie Dunning going up to P3 there. He's going to stop it right there and bring it down pit road. Here comes Dustin Matson out of turn 16. Let's see what kind of lap time he's able to bring to the table. Really a lot of wheel spin right there. Dustin Matson going to go P5 with a 2:21.624. Huge lockup going into turn one. Looks like that's going to really kill his second lap there. The 5 of Matt Crockett going to go up to P7 with a 2:23.655. Right now, at 3, Cota Campers, your current pole sitter, with a 2-minute 22nd.091. Your current pole sitter. Jake Eaton currently out on the track too. He's coming through the S's right now. Ooh, real loose there entering that corner. Let's ride along with Jake Eaton and see what it looks like from his point of view. For those of you joining tonight, we appreciate you stopping by here at the Full Send Broadcast Network. Tonight, we're showing you the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series from Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas, presented by Sim Racer Hub. For all your league statistical needs, race results, and stats, go to www.simracerhub.com and they will hook you up. It's free of charge. Oh, Jake Eaton really loose right there. Oh, Will hopped it.
Oh, he just drifted around there like Tokyo Drift.
Absolutely. We need to play that song for Jake Eaton right there. Looks like he's going to try to drift this corner too.
He might be out there testing something right now.
Goes a little bit wide right there. That's going to void out that lap. He's back on track again.
Qualifying's wrapped up here.
And we have your official grid now here in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Let's put that up for you. Tonight, your pole sitter, Dakota Camper, with that 2:20.091. Starting outside in that 75 is Kelly Poynor. Third, Jamie Dunning. Fourth, Justin Michael. And fifth, Dustin Matson.
Christopher Howell starting tonight in 6th, followed by Matt Crockett in the 5 machine in 7th, Jonathan Cogswell in 8th, John J. McIntyre in 9th, with James McCanney in 10th.
In 11th, you got Josh Anderson. 12th, Jake Eaton. And rounding out your field in 13th is that 53 of Carl Burke. And that's your official starting lineup tonight here in the SERL Truck Series presented by Sim Racer Hub from the Lone Star State here at Circuit of the Americas. We see the field gridding up there. Waiting for them to start rolling off. Looks like we got one more left to grid. And looks like we're all gridded up, about to be rolling off here. Lights are out on the pace cars. We begin to roll off here.
Yeah, this is a race right here that guys like Dakota Camper, who's your pole sitter tonight, and Jamie Dunning there started third. They need good runs to catch up there in the championship battle against Matson and Michael.
Absolutely, yeah. Right now, Matson and Michael, I believe, if my math is correct, are separated by, I think it's like 13 points.
Yeah, 16 points. Michael's behind Matson, followed by Camper, who is 38 off of the lead there.
Having a good race tonight for that 3 machine could put him right back up there in contention before they get ready to head to the chase. And next week, this series will be off for the week due to the Christmas holiday break. And we'll be starting right back up here the following week. Possibly, I believe it's in a new year, if I'm correct. Let me take a look at the schedule here.
I thought you were going to say due to COVID there for a second.
Nah, we're past that. Yes, we will be back here in 2022 on January 1st at Atlanta.
Happy New Year's.
Pace cars in, waiting for the green flag.
Waiting on this turn 1 here. It's going to be interesting.
Green flag is out. We are racing here in the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series presented by Sim Racer Hub as they go way up that elevation change right there to turn 1. Get it back way down.
Left. Ooh, that is tough right there.
Looks like everyone makes it through there. Cota Camper, great start. Here they come to the S's. Fantastic shot right here.
So far, everyone doing a great job.
Absolutely.
It's Michael with a huge run right here in the S's. There's a little time there. It looks like he's really good off of the corners.
Possibly learned quite a bit there in practice. Kelly Poynor sitting there in that second spot.
Ooh,
Looks to the inside on our second hairpin right here. Your new leader is the 75 of Kelly Poynor. Going to clear the 3 of Dakota Camper, setting up the second half of this track.
That was a smooth move right there by Kelly Poynor. That was as good as it gets done right there.
Absolutely. Here comes Dakota Camper with another move to the inside.
Stick it.
Poynor gonna be able to hold him off. Dunning now making a move for the second spot. Oh, Poynor really sideways.
I think we're gonna see a lot of this tonight. People getting past, and then the guy that gets past come right back at him with another move. Poynor's truck looks amazing right now. So he's really pulled out to about a 1.2-second lead there.
Absolutely. As we have an incident on the track, looks like the 29 of Jake Eaton has had an issue. We see the 75 coming out of the turn right there, heading off into turn 16. Gonna lead lap 1 here. Gonna start
Jake
separating.
Eaton barely looped it around there, but he turned it back straight really good.
Let's go
Didn't
back.
cause no problem.
Go back and take a look at it here. 29 machine, Jake Eaton. That black truck right there to the inside of the 5. Just kind of looped it sideways, was able to grab another gear and keep going. Go back live here. Your leader, Kelly Poynor, out to a 1.7 second lead. Make that 1.8, 1.9. Now over 2 seconds. Really good couple of corners there for Poynor, is really stretching that lead out.
He's doing a fantastic job right now. After he made that pass on Camper, he just set sails. I think this is the turn right here where he did it.
Absolutely, yeah, really smooth out there. We'll go take a look back here at the 54 of Jamie Dunning. Looked really strong in practice and qualifying. These trucks have really settled down right now. Trying to bide their time.
It's spread out a lot towards the back, but the front of the pack, really, they're still close together about, just about 4 seconds.
As Jamie Dunning has made a pass for the second spot there over the 3 of Dakota Camper. Working their way through turns, I believe that's 11 and 12, possibly.
Yeah, I actually had to look up how many turns were here, and it says 19, but the track here says 16, so I'm still a little confused.
I believe it's considered 16 because the S's are considered 1. As Jake Eaton has looped it around again. Dakota Camper, not Dakota Camper, Dustin Matson, sorry about that, has had an issue. Let's go find out what happened to him in that 6 machine. Coming into turn 16 there. Looks like just a little bit of wheel hop. Was able to collect it and keep going, only losing a couple of positions there.
That's the hard thing about braking in a track you don't run a lot. Just getting the braking points down and hoping you don't wheel hop it.
Absolutely, yeah. Matt Crockett sitting there running in the 8th spot. Looking to make as few mistakes as possible to capitalize on others' mistakes. Looking for a good run out of him tonight. He looked pretty strong in practice, ran the most laps.
Looks like Matson wants to come back up here and fight with Anderson and Howe a little bit. And Anderson was trying to make a run on Howe there, but couldn't get it done.
Like Anderson wanted to make a move right there to the inside of the 18 of Howell, but was not quite close enough to make it happen, but has a good run here out of that corner. Possibly be looking for the 7 to make a move on the 18 here in the closing corners of the track here. Maybe going into turn 16 possibly.
That's what we've seen. I think Matson wheel hop last time there.
They go into turn 14. Turns 15. John J. McIntyre looped it a little bit, looked like. Oh, we have a pass for the lead. Jamie Dunning makes a pass on Kelly Poynor. We'll have to go back and see what caused Poynor to lose that whole lead. Almost 3 seconds. Let's go see if we can figure out what happened.
Looks like he went really wide off of a turn.
We look right here as he goes through turn 16.
Yeah, but before that, it went really wide the last turn.
It was probably a penalty telling him to slow down for possibly a course violation by taking it that wide. As Jamie Dunning has taken the lead and not looked back. He has now separated himself by 1.3 seconds over Poynor.
I don't know, it kind of looked like he might have hit the wrong gear off the quarter if he's shifting it. Looked like he was stuck in second gear maybe. He tried to go to third and he went to first.
You see right now your leader, Jamie Dunning, in that 54 machine, looking really strong here. Let's go back a little bit, back there to the 6th spot. That 7 machine right there of Josh Anderson. He's up 5 spots from the start of this race. Passing lots of trucks here early on as we've completed 3 laps. Fits an almost complete 4 here.
Job right now of racing the track and not the drivers. You've seen a few other people make mistakes there, and he's got his way by them.
John J. McIntyre went off the track. When we clicked over to him, he was sitting sideways there. Go back and check out what happened to him in that 2 machine. A little bit of lock up there. Just looks like he got to the throttle a little bit early, and it just came out from underneath him.
It's crazy how the truck spins that way. You're turning in like that, you gotta turn back the other way.
We'll go back and check on your battle for the lead here. Poynor trying to cut down that lead of Jamie Dunning. We have another incident here with the 15 of James McCanney. Go back and take a look and see what happened to the 15. As you see right there, heading up the hill into turn 1, really a blind corner. Looks like just wheel hopped it into turn 1.
And John J. McIntyre right there just about got clipped at the end. I don't know if you can do a ride along with him. That'd be cool to see.
Yeah, let's try to go back and do a ride along with John J. McIntyre in the 2.
It was inches from getting clipped as Kenny tried to get a turn back around.
As we're riding along with the 2 machine of McIntyre. See McCanney right in front of him. There goes McCanney looping it around. Ooh, really close. Ooh, McIntyre really spun the tires trying to get away from him right there. We go back live.
The few incidents we've had, I really don't.
Oh, Dustin Matson with another issue. Looks like he lost it right there entering turn 16.
And I still don't see any contact from all these spins. There has been no issues, with contact or anything.
Go check out what happened to the 6 machine right here. We're going to try to keep you updated as much as possible on the incidents here tonight. Every time we see one, we're going to try to jump back to it to show you what happened to that driver. It just looks like the 6 wheel hopped it getting into turn 16.
You got to wonder, too, how many times can you lock those brakes up or spin those tires before you need new ones?
Absolutely, yeah. As we go back to the 54 of Jamie Dunning up here, almost to a 2.5 second lead now.
Cota camper just got around Justin Michael for third.
Great battle as you see Josh Anderson back there a little sideways. No harm, no foul. Able to grab a gear and keep going. Great battle here for the third spot between Camper and Michael.
Yeah, and we have that competition caution. You said it was what, lap 15?
Yes, at lap 15 they will throw the competition caution to mark the end of the stage.
I think we're going to see pit stops before that, though. Kelly Poynor and Dunning really staying about the same margin right now.
Yeah, as Poynor gets a huge run out of turn 16.
As I say that.
Looking to really outbreak the 54 here up the hill into turn 1. Really technical hairpin right there. See the 54 of Dunning really spinning the tires out of the corner.
Really, once you're within, say, 4/10, you know, to a half a second on a road course, all it takes is you getting that run into the corner on the other guy that doesn't brake as late as you do. Going a little sideways there through the S's. Looks like Dustin Matson's done clawed his way around Josh Anderson there for 6th place. After a few spins in that 6 machine.
Still able to be competitive. Makes you wonder though how much them tires are worn out on that 6 machine. We go back up here for the battle for the lead. Looks like Poynor is actually back in the corner up. Oh, Dunning takes it wide. It's going to allow Poynor to jump up there and compete for that lead. Door to door.
Oh, a little contact, I think, there.
Oh, Dunning's going to lose it right there.
The same exact spot as who did we see just a moment ago?
I
Was it
believe that was McIntyre that was right there in that same spot. That's going to cost Dunning loads of time right there. He's going to fall back into the sights of the 3 of Camper, 87 of Justin Michael, and the 18 of Christopher Howell. That's going to put Poynor out to almost a 9-second lead now. A little bit of breathing room for the 75.
I really just don't see how they're losing it right there unless they're just applying too much brake when they make that right-hand turn, because as soon as you turn right there, you're turning back left.
Absolutely, yeah. Maybe a little bit too much rear brake bias going into it, possibly.
So I would imagine the rear end skate to the right there, but not
Got
left.
our first taker down pit road here, the 18 of Christopher Howell. Maybe these guys know that they cannot make it to the end. Looks like it's going to be 4 tires and fuel for the 18.
It's going to be interesting to see towards the stage break and caution here where Howell comes out of this early pit stop.
A 45.35 total time spent on pit road. We'll have to compare that to the other total pit lane times and see how much time he's going to gain there.
Really, entry and exit of pit road is going to be a factor here with how much time you can gain or even lose here. But lap 15, we're stacking it all back up again.
Looks like James McCanney has had an issue. Let's go back and check on the 15 there. Out of turn 16. Looks like the incident's going to be there in turn 1 at the top of the hill. Like we said, we'll try to keep you up to date on all the issues the drivers are going to have here tonight. Another issue of wheel hop up at the top of the hill where the truck gets light. He was able to grab another gear and keep it rolling. Oh, looks like we have a crash right here with McIntyre and Anderson possibly. Let's go back and check that out. See if that's a related incident. McIntyre in the 2, Anderson in the 7. Don't know if they're related or not. I don't believe they are. It's Justin Michaels in the pits. There you see the 2 really losing it. Getting sideways right there. Looks like he was able to grab it and keep going. Go check out the 7 of Josh Anderson's incident.
Like Anderson just went a little bit too quick there off the corner.
Just kind of looped it around right there. James McCanney had another issue too. Let's go check out what happened to the 15. Lots of incidents happening at once. Josh Anderson comes down pit road. Looks like another case of wheel hop there.
Yeah, he used all the racetrack right there.
As we go back live, Kelly Poynor just under an 8-second lead there over Jamie Dunning in the 54. You see Josh Anderson on pit road. Dustin Matson, another issue for the 6 machine. No damage. Must have been another wheel hop incident. Let's go check it out.
He's still running P5.
Must have been a very minor spin, possibly. It just looks like a little bit of wheel hop. Nothing major right there. Don't know why that queued up on my timing that he had an incident like that.
Justin Michael may have took fuel only on his pit stop there.
Let's take a look at his pit time. Justin Michael with a 6.5 second stop. That looks like that is fuel only possibly. Or maybe just 2 tires. We'll have to find out.
Dustin Matson's gonna hit pit road as those tires have took enough damage.
We'll have to see if Matson's gonna take 4, 2, or no tires. I would have to say you'd have to go with 4 tires at this point.
Yeah, I would say that as well. There's no way after spinning them 2, 3 times, maybe spinning them once, I might go with none, but
he's definitely taking tires. The jack drops on the right side, going around to the left. Left side of the truck goes up. He is taking 4. Kelly Poynor really loose right there, entering that corner.
Josh Anderson is still on pit road. He's time showing right now almost 3 minutes there for Josh Anderson.
Makes you wonder if the frustrations have gotten to that 7 camp here at Cota. And
maybe he had to go get a hot dog.
That's a possibility. Ooh, Poynor with a huge moment right there. Really had to straighten that truck back out before the corner entry.
These tires have to be getting really slick. I've already got 34 miles on them. The track temperature has grown to 117 degrees Fahrenheit.
Holy cow, it has jumped up almost 30 degrees, I believe it is. 20 to 30 degrees since the start of this race. Jamie Dunning starting to close that gap on the 75 of Poynor. There you see the 54 of Dunning. That yellow curbing right there really upset the 54 truck.
I would say these leaders are probably going to end up hitting pit road here with probably 2 to go in the stage, I would think.
You see Matt Crockett on pit lane, pitting from the 6th spot.
I mean, if they can stretch it out 15 laps, then they got us beat on our calculations.
Absolutely, yeah. Here comes Jake Eaton down pit road.
Matt Crockett with an 8.17 pit time. May have took 2 tires, possibly just fuel.
Possibility, looking to try to get some more stage points here.
Ooh, Dunning off the turn there. He slid it. Kept it going. It's going to lose a little bit of time there to Dakota Camper.
Lost loads of time to the 75 of Poynor. Poynor out to over 12 seconds now ahead of the 54.
I can see the 54 pitting this lap.
Yeah, it's got to make you wonder how much fuel these drivers have left in the tank.
Still, like I said earlier, these drivers have still done a great job. Even the amount of spins and stuff we've still seen no contact.
Absolutely, yeah. It's all been for minor stuff like wheel hops and just the truck getting light. As you were correct on your prediction, the 54 is coming down pit road for some service.
See Dakota Camper's right here with him at the line. See what kind of strategy Camper's going to play here. He tries to stretch it out to the end.
Go right along on the front bumper here of the 3 machine and see what it looks like, what that splitter's looking at.
Here's a question for you. If Kelly Poynor's got a 16-second lead, do you think he could save enough fuel here to make it to lap 15?
I believe he could. I believe he has enough fuel probably to be able to clutch it, kill the truck on corners, and really save as much fuel as possible and just stretch it to the end. And that would also save an extra set of tires too. Because you would have to think under the stage brake caution, you would have to come in and just get full service once again.
Yeah, I feel like everyone that has already pitted is going to have to come in and pit again. Or their sequence is going to be off from everyone else.
Find out if the 75 is going to come down pit road this time by or take another lap. As we've completed 11 laps, working on lap 12 now.
Hey, we're not in Vegas, but I'd throw the dice right now if I was Kelly Poynor.
Absolutely. And for those of you tuning in tonight, we greatly appreciate it here at the Full Send Broadcast Network. Tonight we have the Southern Excitement Racing League presented by Sim Racer Hub here from the Lone Star State at Circuit of the Americas. For all your sim racing statistical needs, go to www.simracerhub.com. As we see the 75 of Kelly Poynor coming down pit lane now.
And I was going to point out another thing. Even Dakota Camper there with about 28 seconds on Jamie Dunning there for third. He could probably stay out. Yes, he does.
Absolutely.
One more lap.
Right side goes up on the 75. Looks like it's going to be tires and fuel. That's going to cycle the 3 of Dakota Camper to the lead. Oh, it looks like Jake Eaton has an issue going to the pits. Let's go take a look and see what happened to Jake Eaton here in that 29 machine.
He just left.
Possibly another driver fed up with the frustrations of this track as he jumped the curbing right there and looped it around big time. Didn't hit anything, but decided to give it up for the night, looks like. And that 29 camp. Oh, as we see the 3 of Dakota Camper drifting through that hairpin right there as we go back live.
He's got about 18 seconds there on Kelly Poynor. I'm not sure if he can save enough fuel here for 2 laps.
We'll definitely have to find out as John J. McIntyre's in the pits.
I think you come in and take a splash here, though, to be safe.
Yeah, I would say if you're going to pit, just come in for a splash. Don't even top it off. Just enough to get you to the caution where you can save fuel under caution to make it back to pit road. Get your full service. Try to maximize your points for the day. John J. McIntyre coming out of the pits now.
Find out here in Camper will hit pit road to top this thing off.
Trying to maximize pit lane speed right there before the commitment cone. This track is a little bit different. Once you enter between the walls for pit road, that does not mean you have to run the pit speed right there. It's about another 100 yards further up. We wait to see if the right side of this truck comes up in the air.
It's tricky right there on that pit road. That can lose you a lot of time if you're not careful.
Looks like it is going to be fuel only for the 3. That's going to drop him back to the 4th spot. Kelly Poynor is now your leader again. As we have just come up to the 2 to go to the stage end. I believe they may actually throw the yellow for the stage end as the leader crosses the line. We'll go back and look at what happened to James McCanney here in the 15.
I think if you're Camper there, you should have just took 4, and then if you stayed out, you'd have been the leader. So you'd only have about a lap difference there.
We are looking back to see what happened. Looks like it was another wheel hop incident for the 15. Go back live here, seeing the battle for the stage win heating up. As Jonathan Cogswell is on pit road.
You know, everything that James McCanney's been involved in, he's still on the lead lap right now. He hasn't made a pit stop yet. He might can stretch this thing out.
This battle for the stage win is heating up. between Poynor and Dunning. Both trucks really spinning the tires right there as James McCanny comes down pit road. James McCanny may be sitting in the catbird seat right here, pitting right now. Being able to stay out. He's able to make it out before the leaders come by and stay out and take the lead with everyone else coming back down pit road. As they have now completed 14 laps.
Is out of his box now, and here comes Poynor. Oof. He will get the lucky dog, though. Not over yet, James McCanny fans.
As we are down to the white flag in the stage here.
Christopher Howell there, up 3 spots now in 3rd.
Most everybody else is kind of running in the same spot from where they qualified. I'm a firm believer between that 75 and 54. Those are the two you have to watch out for the rest of this race.
Yeah, I like those two, and I'm not convinced that Cota Camper is not done yet in that number 3.
So, with what Dakota Camper just showed us is you can make it 14 laps on a tank of fuel, given that you're saving fuel and everything else. So with that being said, by the time we get this yellow flag for the stage ending and run a couple laps under pace, under yellow, that's going to put us within about 18 laps, I would say, to the checkered flag. Now, would you think you might could save from the drop of the green after the stage? You think you could save enough fuel to make it to the checkered? As the caution comes out to mark the stage end, your stage winner is going to be that 75 of Kelly Poynor. Let's take you through a rundown of the field as they finish here in the stage. Your stage winner right now is the 75 of Kelly Poynor. In second is the 54 of Jamie Dunning, receiving 9 points. In third, you got the 18 of Christopher Howell. Fourth, Dakota Camper in that 3 machine. Rounding out the top 5 is the 87 of Justin Michael. And sixth is the 6 machine of Dustin Matson. Seventh, getting a few stage points here, is the 5 of Matt Crockett. Eighth, Jonathan Cogswell in that 27 truck. Ninth, the 2 of John J. McIntyre. And rounding out the top 10, getting 1 bonus point, is the 15 of James McCanny. Not receiving stage points here would be the 7 of Josh Anderson in 11th. 12th, Jake Eaton. And rounding out the field in 13th is the 53 of Carl Burke, who did not start the race. And that's your official lineup here as they are at the end of the stage.
I'm interested to see if anybody stays out here, trying to get some track position. Splits this last stop, maybe a little bit earlier than the rest of everybody.
For those of you tuning in tonight, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them there in the chat, and I'll try to get to them here tonight. We appreciate you stopping by here on the Full Send Broadcast Network. Being able to show you tonight the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series Division presented by Sim Racer Hub. Once again, for all your sim racing needs on stats, race finishes, points, and all of that, go to www.simracerhub.com and they'll get you fixed up there for your league. Right now, the biggest mover of the race right now is that 18 of Christopher Howell. He's up 3 spots from the start of this race. Really looking good out there. Been running in the top, I would say top 5, mostly the top 3 most of the night. Really looking strong out there, trying to put on a good performance for that 18 count.
I think he's really one of the drivers up there we haven't really seen any incident from.
Absolutely. And as you say that, let's actually take a look at off tracks here on our timing tower. Right now, Jake Eaton has 18 off tracks. Jamie Dunning has 13 of them. Poynor has 2, but right now Christopher Howell, Justin Michael, Matt Crockett do not have any off tracks here tonight.
Good job and not have no off tracks and 14 laps in.
As we have lots of drivers here coming down pit road. Lots and lots of takers here. It looks like everybody but James McKinney in that 15 has come down pit road.
Yeah, and I think he's getting his lucky dog right now, and he'll probably definitely make a pit stop as soon as he gets around there.
As we look at how they're going to be running off of pit road here. Kelly Poynor out first. Close race. Looks like the 18 of Howell is going to get by Jamie Dunning there for the second spot.
Howell in a good spot right here to try to take control of this race off the restart.
Absolutely, yeah. And we're going to rack them up here one more time tonight. The final time we're going to be racking them up and setting this thing off for a fantastic second half of the race. And it looks like by the time we go green, we'll be going green on lap 19 possibly, with 21 laps to go. Shaping up to be a fantastic fight for the win here between 75 to 18 and 54. That's Poynor, Howell, and Dunning. But don't look much further back, though, than that 3 right there of Dakota Camper. He's looked strong all night and looked really good during practice, too, especially. Took the pole in qualifying. Definitely got speed in that 3 machine, so don't count him out quite yet.
Yeah, this is still anybody's race here on this restart. These drivers are going to be going for everything they can to get the slightest advantage they can for a final pit stop if they have to make one.
So let's go and take a look here at pit lane total time, and we'll be able to tell whether or not where Christopher Howell was able to beat Jamie Dunning off of pit road there. Howell total time on pit road was a 45.7. Dunning was a 47.1. Really almost I would say one of the slowest there. Definitely the slowest in the top 5 on pit road. Losing almost 2 full seconds to Christopher Howell. And if we go and look at actual pit time, 0.2 of a second of that was Christopher Howell in the pit box, being able to beat Dunning out. The rest of it was being able to match the timing lines on pit road to not be caught with a speeding penalty and able to get that much more advantage on pit road.
You really time when you leave pit road to your pit box. It's where a lot of people don't realize they may lose a lot of time. They slow down too soon to hit their pit box. Should be coming to 1 to green here.
Wait and see the lights go off on that paced car. Lights are out. We're going to stack them back up here. We're going to be going green this time by.
I think Christopher Howell may be a little confused as to what the inside or outside is here, because I am as well.
Yeah, given that the first turn here is to the left, he will be starting on the outside of that front row there.
Could help him there in that first turn. Well, we've seen a pretty clean race damage-wise so far. Do you think we are going to see that here on out?
Say that again, sorry.
So we've seen a pretty clean race so far damage-wise. You think we're going to continue to see that from here on out?
Oh, in these opening laps, I think they're going to try to manage to stay close as they can, closer than they were in the opening part of the race. The intensity is definitely going to ratchet up. It's going to be hard to determine that, given that you got some guys that want to get up there to lead some laps and try to fight for the win, but you also have to think in the back of your head, if I push too hard, am I going to screw myself out of a good finish? Because you don't want to get any damage here and have to either tow or limp it all the way around this long, almost 3.5 mile long track back to pit road to do a fast repair. I mean, that's going to kill the rest of your race, and it's just about walking that fine line, I think.
Yeah, I've been really surprised here so far. There's not have been one fast repair used. Usually, I mean, if I run off the road course, you know, I'm going into the wall, but these drivers have done a great job of keeping it straight, you know, out of people's way. I'm gonna wave around here.
I don't believe that's a wave around. That's Kelly Poynor in the 75. Possibly has to do some adjustments or run and go do something real quick, so jumped ahead of the pace car to give him time to go do that.
Yeah, smart idea.
Did you see the field approaching him now?
Man had to grab a beer.
We'll definitely have to ask the 75 of Poynor what happened there.
If he gets the EOL here, that's going to really hurt him.
Waiting for him to start running again. He's starting to roll off right there. We'll have to see if they're going to give him his position back.
He's going to have to move. Don't know that he's going to be able to get up there in time.
It looks like he is going to retain his position. Field went single file to allow him to get by. We're approaching turn 15, looks like.
That was close.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. They're fixing to be coming through turn 16. Pace car makes that hard left turn.
We'll see how hard Christopher Howe pushes it here.
Green flag is back out here at Cota. Poynor with a great restart. Too wide entering this hairpin from second on back. Looks like everyone's going to make it through there fairly good.
Braked a little earlier there than everyone else. We got a good run off the corner.
Dunning makes the move up to second. Working their way through the S's.
Justin Michael here to the inside of Dakota Camber.
No incidents yet. James McCanney with a slight off track. Probably stuck a couple of tires off in the grass. We go into the second hairpin here on the back side of the track. Big cluster of trucks right there in that hairpin.
Yeah, they all did a great job right there getting through that.
Dunning looking to make a move on the 75 of Poynor.
Cota Camber going after Christopher Howe back here for third as well. Yeah, almost, no. Thought they were going to go 3 wide back there around Dustin Matson entering the corner.
Dunning trying to apply as much pressure as he can on the back of Poynor's bumper. Trying to force Poynor to make a mistake as James McCanney has an issue. Looks like another wheel hop there as you see the skid marks across the track. Dunning with a great run out of turn 15. They work their way through 16 onto the main front stretch here. Let's ride along with Jamie Dunning here and see how it looks from his point of view. As he tries to run down the 75 of Poynor.
Great job here through the S's.
Really smooth for the 54. Ooh, really loose.
It's crazy when you ride along with them, and then you go to the blimp cam. It looks like they're barely moving.
Ooh, almost some contact there. Sorry to cut you off. Poynor really backed the corner up, and Dunning had a head of steam and had to have a little bit of wheel lock up to keep him running him over.
Yeah, I had to catch my breath right there anyway. Oh, we were going to see our first contact tonight. Well, that's something too. You think we might see some contact out of turn 16 to decide a winner here tonight?
I would have to say if you're close enough, yeah, absolutely. Send it off in there and hope that you're the one that comes out on top. If you're close enough.
I think right now the 54 goals is not just to stay right here, you know, within range of Kelly Poynor, but apply pressure to him. Try to make Kelly Poynor make a mistake right now.
Absolutely, and also try not to burn your own equipment up trying to do all that. A very double-edged sword right there as we approach turn 15, heading to 16. Really hard braking getting into 16 for Dunning.
Did a great job of gearing it, though.
Right now, Dunning is really good on getting into the corners. Oh, 75 really blows the tires off of it trying to get out of turn 1.
Yeah, that 75 is really good out of the corners. That's where I see him making the... Oh, he's up in the air off the chicane.
We mentioned those yellow curbs right there. That's going to give him a course cutting penalty too. He's going to have to slow down for that.
Oh, wow. It's a cup race-esque feeling right there.
Oh, wow. There's actually damage to the right side of that truck from hitting that curbing.
That looked bad. I'm sure the splitters tore up on that machine.
We'll have to go back and look at that. We see the 75 here coming out of turn 1. We'll have to show you up close what happened there. And we'll slow it down too.
I thought he was going to flip.
Oh my gosh, huge hit on that curbing.
Oh.
Huge contact.
And you know, he's lucky because he went right over there where there's another yellow curbing.
Absolutely. Let's go back and ride along with the 75 and see how extreme that looked. Oh my gosh. Major contact with it. We're going to go back live here.
Put him just about 3 seconds behind Dunning now. Just not out of range, but like you said, that the underneath of that truck's probably got some damage to it.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if that truck is going to be handling any different. We do see that damage right there on the right side of that truck. You'll see it really good here as he comes out of the corner. Whole right side of that truck on the door is all scraped up and wrinkled.
Yeah, going around here. It's like the number 2 there of John J. McIntyre. Gets it back going straight on the front stretch here.
Jamie Dunning now stretching out to a little over a 4-second lead over the 75. Makes you wonder if Poynor had another issue right there. Dunning was able to gain almost 2 seconds in that one corner. Poynor just having some issues right now out of that 75 truck.
It might be a little difficult to drive. It could be bottoming out.
And we had spoke of not long before that incident about Dunning laying pressure on Poynor in that 75, trying to force him to make a mistake, and that's exactly what happened.
I think I'm becoming Nostradamus right now. Now we need a Dakota camper to get up here. Apply some pressure to Jamie Dunning.
We have some huge damage to the back of the 27. Looks like that truck was backed in at 100 miles an hour into a pole. We'll have to go back and see if we can find out what happened there. as James McCanny loops it around right here. Let's see if we can find out what happened to Cogswell in that 27 machine. The damage is not there at this moment. I do not believe. Well, yes it is. It's already there. But we don't know exactly where that damage on the 27 came from.
Could have been something from earlier with number 2 there right behind him, because I've seen the number 2 sideways at one point.
Jamie Dunning has stretched out to a 5-second lead over Kelly Poynor in the 75.
Pretty good battle here for 5th between Justin Michael and Dustin Matson.
We have a comment here from one of our viewers, Roger Pierce, asking, can they adjust in pits or is it a fixed setup? This series here in the Southern Excitement Racing League is a fixed setup league. So they will not be able to adjust any aspect of their setup other than steering rate, offset, and brake bias. Appreciate the question there, Roger Pierce. It looks like John J. McIntyre had another issue. Don't see any damage on that truck. Possibly another wheel hop incident for the 2 machine.
Ooh, Poynor sideways. That
Poynor in the grass. Lots of incidents happening here all at once. As we clicked over to the Cota camper, you've seen him sideways, which in turn, right, not much further up the track, the 75 Poynor was sideways. So let's go back and look at the Cota campers incident first here real quick. And you see Poynor way up there in front of this picture. Just looks like a wheel hop incident there getting into that corner. 18 almost collected. And then we go over here to Kelly Poynor. We'll just rewind a little bit.
Yeah,
like another wheel hop incident for the 75 as well.
If I'm Kelly Poynor, I'm gonna bring that thing down on pit road early here. Try to maybe salvage a win.
Oh, as we have another incident here. Possibly a lot of contact. Not entirely sure. The Dakota camper, that 3 machine, I don't see any damage. He had went around. Let's go and see if we can find out what happened here with the 3 and the 6. You see the 3 up front there in that black truck there. Looks like the incident happened here in turn 1.
Just our first synchronized wreck.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. They both, the 3 looked like he got in the throttle a little early, and the 6 looked like he wheel hopped it going into the corner.
But Justin Michael was freaking out right there.
Yeah, really nowhere to go. You got one spinning behind you out of control and one in front of you out of control. Jamie Dunning stretching out a almost 13-second lead over the 75 of Poynor.
Yeah, and Christopher Howe's been slowly digging away at Poynor here for second.
Christopher Howe with an issue. Looks like another wheel hop incident.
He's not as good off the corners there as Kelly Poynor, but I think Poynor's just got a little bit too much damage there. Oh, how drifting it. Kept it straight.
Justin Michael sideways too, I guess trying to avoid him. These guys, I got to give them all the props in the world. Out there making it happen with very little grip here. As you see, the 87 had to turn right there before the entrance of the corner.
And it's looking to be a challenge for him to pass that 18 of Howe right now, because Howe's a little bit loose off the corners. Michael tries to make a run here.
You see right there, Hal taking it wide. Michael trying to cut a little bit of the corner off to be able to get to the inside of the 18. Not quite able to do it. Like James McCanney with another issue there. Possibly just getting sideways out of the corner. We go back to this battle for third here between Hal and Michael. James McCanney with another issue. Looks like a wheel hop there in turn 16.
Anytime I see a yellow speed bump now, when they're going through there, I'm waiting on a truck to hit it.
Absolutely, yeah. We had spoke about those earlier in the pre-race about how those could be an issue, and it has reared its head once. Justin Michael looking way out. Possibly trying to make the apex a little bit closer here than the 18 of Howell. Trying to find a way around that truck.
You know, sometimes if you can't necessarily just get by someone as fast as you want to, you can just ride around and follow them for a lap and just find out their weakest point.
Absolutely, yeah. Got to show a little bit of patience, which the 87 is showing loads of patience right there. We go check back in with the 75. Really loose there out of turn 16. Like Matt Crockett with a slight issue. Able to get it back going again. Probably just really loose on the corner exit.
Jamie Dunning set sail, dude.
Absolutely. Really hitting the apexes, looking smooth there through the S's. As we have our first taker down pit road, the 5 of Crockett coming down pit road. The start of our scheduled green flag stops here.
It's going to put Crockett right there on the edge of making it, I think.
It's going to be close for sure, as we have 15 laps to go here tonight. Crockett with 4 tires and full of fuel. Oh, 54 of Dunning loses it a little bit right there in the corner. Really close to really looping that 54 machine all the way around.
Just a little wide there. Well,
That
lost a ton of time there.
Absolutely, yeah, that truck was really out of control. As soon as he even touched the brakes, you could hear the tires screeching on the broadcast.
This Poindor's hit. No, that's James McCanney. I'm sorry, folks.
Yeah, these trucks are struggling with rear grip here. Like driving on ice for these full-bodied stock cars. Very little downforce at the speeds they are going. Matter of fact, let's put up the top speed last time by. Looks like 163 is the fastest anybody has gone here. And that was by the 6th place driver, the 3 of Dakota Camper. As we have Justin Michael on pit road now.
Yeah, so far your best lap of the race is Jamie Dunning with a 2:19.06.
Yeah, and
Pointer with about half a second behind him, 0.4 maybe.
those are very, very close lap times considering it is a road course. Let's give you a rundown of the field as they run right now. Here, presented by Sim Racer Hub. For all your sim racing needs, go to www.simracerhub.com. They'll help you out with the stats and race finishes for your league. But go check them out and they'll get you set up. Right now, your current leader, the 54 of Jamie Dunning, out there putting on a fantastic performance tonight. Very few issues out of that 54 machine. Running second after having an issue hitting one of them yellow curbs in the S's. The 75 machine of Kelly Poynor running in the runner-up spot. In third, we got the 18 of Christopher Howell just quietly minding his own business, just kind of staying out of trouble. Running some laps here, just running the top 3 most of the night. Right behind him in the 4th spot, you got the 6 of Dustin Matson. Had a few spin outs there, but able to recover from each of those. Rounding out your top 5 is the 3 of Dakota Camper. Out there running in the top 5 most of the day. In 6th, you got the 87 of Justin Michael. Last week after his race win at North Wilkesboro, he said he was not really looking forward to this race. Said it was really difficult for him. He's not in his words, he said he was not the best at road courses, but still out there looking fairly decent tonight. Clocking in a good top 10. Out there just trying to gain as many points as possible to move on to the next race. In 7th, we got Jonathan Cogswell in that 27 truck. Hasn't had the best run tonight, but out there still collecting some points. Looking to just bring it home tonight and make it to the next race. In 8th, you got John J. McIntyre in the 2 machine. And in 9th, we got the 5 of Matt Crockett. 10th, we got James McCanney in the 15. And 11th, Josh Anderson. 12th, Jake Eaton. Rounding out your field in 13th, who has not started the race, the 53 of Carl Burke. And that is your rundown of the field presented by Sim Racer Hub. Well, let's go check back in with your race leader here. The 54 of Jamie Dunning, who has stretched that lead back out to 17.5 seconds.
I think one lap Kelly Poynter might have had a little issue sliding in. You know, that 75's frustrated right now. He's already contacted NASCAR officials about removing the curbing.
You would have to think, yeah, that curbing really messed him up.
it's just frustrating being the leader now and just being 18 seconds behind the lead is just. I know that 75 is frustrating.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been in that scenario before, been leading a race, putting on a dominating performance. And to just have one small mistake like that just really take you out of contention for a win. As we have Dakota Camper coming down pit road, looks like that's going to be the last stop of the race for that 3 machine.
I think you might see somebody gamble and just take fuel only here.
Now, for someone like Kelly Poynor, do you go through and try to save as much fuel as possible and try to be the last truck to pit and just take a splash to make it to the end?
I think in a context, you kind of got where I'm drifting, but I think Poynor needs to come in and take the splash early. And Jamie Dunning needs to stretch it out and take it at the end.
Absolutely, but it looks like Jamie Dunning is possibly trying to run qualifying laps every lap here. Let's pull up the last time by lap times here. Dunning with a 2:22.77, not far off from a qualifying times we had. So he is definitely out there trying to run the fastest laps of the race. But last time by, Justin Michael was the fastest on track.
Yeah, he almost replicated his best lap. Only by, what, about 300ths there. That's still impressive, though, with Dunning running 2:22s. After what
Oh,
now?
as we see Dunning coming down pit road now. We'll follow along with him and see what transpires out of this pit stop here.
A little bait and switch. I think he's watching the broadcast.
Possibility. As Kelly Poynor comes in too.
Maybe Poynor's gonna try to do the opposite there of Dunning.
Dustin Madsen on pit road. Christopher Howell on pit road. Looks like your top 4 have come in now. Justin Michael pitted on lap 26.
Dunning's off of pit road as Poynor pulls into his pit box. He's just not going to be able to make up time like this.
Dunning able to pit and get fuel.
It looks like Dunning took 4 tires, but just a little bit less fuel there than Poynor. And
absolutely, yeah. And, just looks like Dunning is going to be able to run back away now after getting 4 tires and fuel. That lead has now opened up to over 20 seconds for the 54 truck.
And really surprised here with Justin Michael running up in 3rd. He's been, around top 5, around 6 all day.
And Justin Michael hit it on lap 26, so he actually short pitted, knowing that he could go at least 14 laps, I would think, possibly 15 on a tank of fuel, looking for the long run here out of that 87 machine.
I think his strategy is definitely going to give him a position or 2 here at the end.
As we are approaching 10 to go here tonight. Jamie Dunning with a commanding lead right now, 20.5 seconds.
Yeah,
Poynor running back there in 2nd, did not use a fast repair. Still has that damage on that 75 machine.
All Dunning has to do right now is just be smooth for the remainder of this race, and he's got it in the bag.
Justin Michael making a pass on a lap car there, the 7 of Josh Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson, he ran fairly well early on. I think he had some technical difficulties there when he went down pit road. He was a solid truck early on, though.
Dustin Madsen up to the 4th spot. Trying to run down the 87 of Justin Michael to get that 3rd spot back. Cota Camper, after that cycle of pit stops, is sitting 5th. The real big loss, though, after that round of green flag stops, that 18 machine right there of Christopher Howell. That did not sound like that truck was running in the corner. Possibly the 18 trying to save some fuel. Let's ride along and see. On the throttle real gingerly like.
I think there could have been a mistake where they didn't add fuel to the car and truck.
Do not know. His pit stop was long enough to make me think that they did get that truck full of fuel. His last pit lap was on lap 29, same as the leaders. Maybe he thinks that they may not be able to make it on fuel the rest of the way. I don't know. We'll have to see if he's actually clutching it. Really running the truck's RPMs down a lot in the corner.
Went off the track a little bit there in front of Howell.
Josh Anderson pulls off to the side.
He's calling it a night.
Jamie Dunning, I believe, just set his fastest lap of the race that time by. Holy cow, a 2:18.342. That is the fastest lap of the race. The first time tonight anybody's broke the 2-minute 18-second barrier. Really a blistering lap by that 54 truck of Jamie Dunning.
And I actually think Josh Anderson went in there for that second hot dog.
Matt Crockett coming on the pit road. Once again, for those of you joining us tonight here on the Full Send Broadcast Network, we really appreciate you stopping by and checking out the Southern Excitement Racing League here from Circuit of the Americas, presented by Sim Racer Hub. I know the SCRL appreciates its loyal fans joining us every week to watch these talented drivers go round and round here, whether it's on an oval or road course. Always guaranteed to put on a fantastic show for you fans, and we appreciate you stopping by.
Watching Madsen back here, trying to make some ground up on Michael. Let's see if we can do a ride along here with Dustin Madsen.
Alrighty. Ooh, tight right there. Madsen had to check up pretty hard. Ooh, a little bit of wheel hop. You heard that motor kind of start jumping a little bit. Looks like Michael's going to pull over and let the 6 go by as they head up into turn 1. Classy move right there by the 87 of Justin Michael, knowing that Dustin Madsen was faster. You don't see that very often nowadays, the driver pulling over, let another faster driver go by.
Madsen's driving the wheels off this thing right now.
Absolutely. And we go check back in also with Kelly Poynor in the 75, running 28 and a half seconds almost behind your leader, Jamie Dunning. After leading lots of laps here tonight, that's 75. Nothing happens. Looks like he's going to have to settle for that second spot. And Jamie Dunning really putting on a clinic at the moment. After that mistake by the 75 of hitting that curbing in the S's. 54 really jumping out there, flexing his muscles.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at how well all these drivers have really done. I mean, there's not many tracks you turn 16 times at. I mean, that's more turns I think I've ever did in a race.
Well, you got to run longer than 4 laps, too.
Yeah, and there's only 4 turns. Sometimes 3 if you go to Boca.
See Jamie Dunning coming around to complete lap 34. Sorry, to complete lap 33, working on 34. John J. McIntyre wheel hopping it there in turn 16. Don't believe he has any damage to that truck. He looked like he was able to save it before it hit the wall.
Yeah, as things went on, we've seen a little bit less wheel hopping. People have really adjusted their brake biases to their liking.
Dakota Camper running down the 87 of Justin Michael now. Really trying to get up there and take that 4th spot away and have a chance to get that podium finish from Dustin Madsen.
And Michael's tires are just a little bit older than these other drivers around him. Could see him fall a couple of positions here.
Jamie Dunning has broke the 30-second barrier on a lead now. He is now 30 and a half seconds ahead of second place Kelly Poynor.
Thought you were going to say he broke the sound barrier the way he's moving.
You would think he did. That truck is blistering fast. His last time by, he ran a 2-minute 19-second .57.
That's insane.
Definitely saved his equipment for the end of this race.
I'm going to have to get up on Sim Racer Hub and check out the fastest overall lap here ever in these trucks. See how Jamie Dunning stacks up after this race.
Absolutely. That would be an interesting stat to know for sure what the track record is for the trucks at Cota.
I think I got time. I can pull it up right now.
Jamie Dunning completing lap 34, now working on lap 35. He approaches the lap truck of Josh Anderson in turn 1 there. Anderson going to pull over, let the 54 go by. Jamie Dunning looking real smooth here. Been smooth all night long here. Dunning was definitely the fastest in practice. Oh, as it gets a little loose there out of the corner, but no harm, no foul. Keeps it straight and rolling on with it. We take a look back here at the last 5 laps between Dunning and Poynor. Dunning has been 2 to 3 seconds faster a lap than Kelly Poynor in that 75. And it really makes you wonder if Poynor really got some major damage out of that incident where he clipped the curbing and it slowed the truck down that much. If you see here, we just seen the pass on the timing tower. Christopher Howell and Dakota Camper able to get by Justin Michael, taking over that 4th and 5th spot. Dakota Camper setting his sights on that 6th machine of Dustin Matson now. Looking hungry to get that podium spot from the 6.
Yeah, I actually can't see that the trucks ever ran a race here.
This may be the inaugural event for any truck league taking their series to Cota.
I've seen some Xfinity times, and they were blistering fast. They were like 134s.
Jamie Dunning out to a 33-second lead now. Really putting a hurting on this field. We have 5 laps to go here tonight.
Matson's done a great job with all the problems he had early on there.
Oh, looks like Dakota Camper has an issue. Along with the 5 of Matt Crockett. Let's go check out and see what happened to Dakota Camper. See him heading up into turn 1 to 18 of Christopher Howell behind him. Oh, it just lost it right there entering turn 2 and could not get it gathered up. And we'll go check out and see what happened to Matt Crockett in that 5 machine. Right here in the S's. Lost it coming out of the S's right there. We go back live here. The Dakota Camper now, he's back in the 3rd spot. Christopher Howell now trying to run down the 6 of Dustin Matson. Dustin Matson able to get around the lap truck, the 2 of John J. McIntyre.
I'm not sure if Howell's got enough time there to get up to that podium spot, but all it takes is just one mistake there from that 6 truck.
McIntyre off track a little bit right there. Able to keep it straight and keep going. Tires are starting to wear out, looks like, on the 54 of Jamie Dunning. Last time by, he ran a 2:22.65. That last time by to Kelly Poynor's 2:22.08.
That's still like overall the 6th best lap. He's on cruise control right now. He's driving that new Tesla model truck.
Jamie Dunning, 35 seconds out ahead of the 75 of Poynor. As Poynor has an issue, possibly just looped it sideways right there. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. A little bit loose right there out of that corner. Possibly another wheel hop incident. That's what it looks like it is a little bit. Slowed down enough to trip the crash threshold speed. That's why I was so alarmed to see that.
The last lap, Christopher Howe was almost a full second faster than Dustin Madsen there, but I just don't think he's got enough time to get up to that podium spot this late in the race.
Howell has actually been faster the 5 previous laps. This last time by, he was a little over half a second faster. That is the battle to be watching for here right now. That battle for the 3rd spot. The closest on the track. Oh, Madsen goes really wide in turn 1.
Well, it's going to help Howe right here a lot.
Justin Michael on pit road. Not able to make it.
Well, it's going to hurt. Be some points lost right there for Michael. That may.
As it looked like, I'm trying to find who that was. Was that the 3 of Camper? No? Might have been the 18 possibly. We'll have to go back and see if we can find out who that was in the S's. Believe it was the 18 of Howell. We'll have to see. You see Howell right there coming out of turn 1.
Jamie Dunning hits the stripe, and we have 2 to go here at Cota.
Oh, it was the 18 of Howell hitting that curbing right there in the S's. But it looks like he hit it just okay enough to not cause any major damage to that 18 machine. Major airborne moment from that 18 truck.
Yeah, I can just imagine, you know, if you're going side by side there in the S's and the guy on the inside hits that yellow speed bump there, it could send it on top of that other truck.
Absolutely, and that would cause a huge incident. You'll see Dunning coming through the second hairpin on the course, trying to make his way back around to take the white flag here tonight.
command right now. Ooh, a little bit.
Ooh.
Too wide off the corner there. He kept it straight though.
Christopher Howell, he's within striking distance of Dustin Madsen. If Dustin Madsen has an incident, within about 6.5 seconds of that 6 truck. We see Jamie Dunning go through turn 15, working his way to turn 16. White flag is out here in the Southern Excitement Racing League from Circuit of the Americas, presented by Sim Racer Hub. One more time through turn 1 here. One of 2 hairpins to get through. Right now, Dunning with a commanding 38-second lead over the 75 of Kelly Poynor. There's Kelly Poynor right there, coming across the line, taking his white flag. The battle, though, right now for that 3rd spot between the 6 of Dustin Madsen and the 4th place truck, the 18 of Christopher Howell, now on the same straightaway. Jamie Dunning really setting it out there. Got it on cruise control for this last lap.
It looks like he's still setting qualifying time. He's ready to bring this thing home. His lead's grown to a 40-second lead.
Unbelievable. 7 trucks on the lead lap. As we see right there, Dunning heading into turn 15. One more time through turn 16 here. Gets through that flawlessly, heading down the straightaway. Checkered flag is flying. Jamie Dunning is your race winner here tonight in the Lone Star State at Circuit of the Americas. Here's 2nd place, Kelly Poynor. 14 seconds ahead of 3rd.
Yeah, rough night here for Kelly. He wishes he could get that one turn back when he hit that speed bump. That just cost him his race right there. But he had a solid night, though.
That battle slightly heating up. Howell 5 seconds back. Madsen trying to make it through turns 15 and 16 here. No mistakes. Madsen's going to bring it home 3rd. Your top 3 are Dunning, Poynor, and Madsen. There's your race winner right there. The 54 of Jamie Dunning, putting in the work tonight, getting it done here from Circuit of the Americas. We'll run you through the official finishing order here shortly. Unbelievable performance out of that 54 camp here tonight. Running as flawless of a race as you could run.
And if everyone remembers, Dunning barely squeaked that qualifying lap in there. That first one he had didn't make it. The second one, he almost got that grass. Great job all around from the 54 campus. We're about to see a huge burnout.
There he goes.
He's got enough tires left.
Absolutely. Probably enough fuel too. Burn it down right there. Great power brake burnout. Really dominating performance here. Let's take you back and look at the race-winning move that the 54 had. Here you see the 75. Poynor was leading at this moment. And going into the S's right here, just clip that first curbing. And that is what allowed the 54 of Dunning to get by. And that is your race-winning pass right there, presented by Sim Racer Hub. So let's take you through the official finishing order here, presented by Sim Racer Hub. Your race winner, Jamie Dunning. In second, Kelly Poynor. Third, Dustin Matson. Fourth, Christopher Howell. And fifth, Dakota Camper.
Justin Michael in the 87, 6th. Jonathan Cogswell, 7th. Matt Crockett, 8th. John J. McIntyre, 9th. Josh Anderson, 10th.
In 11th, you got James McCanney. 12th, Jake Eaton. And rounding out your field in 13th, Carl Burke. And that's your official finishing order here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series, presented by Sim Racer Hub. Now let's get some of these drivers in here and get some interviews rolling. Up first, we're going to have the 6 of Dustin Matson. Hey there, Dustin Matson. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Hey, man. Congrats on the third place finish there. Walk us through how that race went for you.
Oh, man. I'm not quite sure where to start there. Yeah, I'm really surprised I'm on the podium, to be honest with you, because it was all I could do just to keep, 4 tires on the track there early in the race. I had multiple instances of getting wheel tire lock up and kind of just like a loop in it, and there's hairpins, and I never really would go all the way around. I would just basically slide there. So finally learned my lesson after like the third or fourth time doing that. Started driving the track a little bit different, and I guess I found something there.
Yeah, it seemed you had a few incidents there looping it around. Was there a lot of wheel hop going on, or was it just so loose that you couldn't hardly slow down?
No, yeah. I when I practiced, I was going all the way down to first, and I think that was my problem. Just something with the way I was shifting down to first. If I didn't hit it just right, I was consistently getting a lot of wheel hop there, and there was a couple of times where it just kind of caught me out there and sent me around a little bit. But I basically just kind of started driving the track differently. Stopped kind of shifting as much down into first. I only kind of did it selectively throughout the lap, so. That helped, I suppose, and I guess maybe it helped save a little bit of tire there too.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it over to Justin for a couple of questions.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about early on those incidents you had to overcome and all. Entering this thing as the points leader, how did it make you feel getting a third place finish out of this thing?
Yeah, I needed that. I needed to basically stay ahead of Justin there, and was glad to kind of get around him. I really was just running the running the race to kind of collect as many points as possible and just survive it. Early in the race, I was literally just trying to keep it 0x as long as possible, and eventually that got messed up just because the track limits here are pretty unforgiving. But yeah, I was literally just riding around for safety rating as much as I could, and then just came out in third.
Well, looking forward to week after next. Next week, y'all are off for the Christmas holiday. But looking forward to going to Atlanta to start off the new year. How do you feel about going there with 2 races left to go in the regular season?
Yeah, Atlanta should be fun. Obviously it'll be current pre-repave Atlanta, so hopefully there'll be some tire wear, and we'll see what happens to the trucks over the run, and obviously everybody will be kind of flooring it in the beginning, so you'll just kind of have to wait out the tires and see who the comers and goers are there. So that should be good.
Well, looking at the championship standings before this race, you and Justin Michael out there neck and neck for the top spot. Are you pretty confident in being able to wrap up the regular season championship before the playoffs start?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna I want to try to stay as close to him as I can, and see if I can stay in front of him. Honestly, I kind of thought he would have taken the lead from me by now, but we'll see how it goes. Obviously, everything's going to get a reset for the Christmas holiday anyway, so we'll just see what happens when we come back.
All right. Well, we appreciate you stopping by here tonight. Congrats on the third place finish once again. You have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there?
I had to shout out the league for putting the race on, and you guys for broadcasting per usual. And I'm sure this was a little bit of a one where you were trying to probably had to search a little bit for action on the track, because it seemed a little bit like track day out there, as opposed to hard racing that we typically get. So I'm just glad y'all are sticking it out with us.
Well, you gave us a little bit early on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was the circus of those first few laps.
There was one turn there. It was I don't know the turns, but y'all would go in and brake and turn right, and then you have to turn left really quick. It was one of those small S's, but it just like people would spin out right there.
Yeah, the whole track felt like ice. You basically just had to tiptoe around it, so it's just really hard to race another truck when you're basically trying to keep the tires underneath your own truck there. So maybe the next time we come here, if we come here, it'll be a little more gripped up and it'll feel a little bit different.
All right. Well, you have yourself a good night and a Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you hopefully week after next from Atlanta.
Alrighty, y'all stay safe and enjoy your holiday next week.
Thank you. You too. And that was Dustin Matson, your third place finisher here tonight in that six machine. Not without some exciting events happening to him throughout this race, but able to rally it back and bring it home third. Let's get our second place finisher up in here, Kelly Poynor. After having that rough incident there while leading. Hey there, Kelly Poynor. You got a copy?
I sure do. How's it going, guys?
It is going. A little bit of a tough break for you there while leading. Walk us through how that race went for you, bringing it home second.
Well, it started out, I was worried about Camper, and I was definitely, Dunning was fast, and he proved that with that 218. That was awesome. But after that caution, I wasn't sure if we were actually having a caution. But I hit those darn landmines, and after the second one, it kind of screwed up my right front, it felt like, and it would never came back. And when I went to do my pit, I had my fast repair off, so I didn't get my fast repair.
Well, that answered one question for me because I was wondering why you hadn't fixed the damage under that last pit stop. But fantastic rally for you, though, not letting that really shake you up too much there. That was definitely a hard hit on that curbing right there while leading, allowing Dunning to ultimately get by and take off with the race lead and ultimately the win. Walk us through how that entrance right there was for you. Were you paying attention to Dunning more than you were the track, or did it just kind of sneak up on you?
No, I just entered it wrong twice in a row, obviously, but it just getting into that entrance. I look at my speeds and everything on because I map out the track and I know what my speeds I want to hit at each point, and I just over pushed it and I just slid it, hit too much brakes, and it just slid me right into it or something, and I just yeah killed my truck.
Yeah, that was a pretty wild ride looking at it. I'm going to turn it over to a couple of questions from Justin.
Yeah, you ran good all night. It was tough to see you hit that yellow speed bump there and ultimately hurt your race. But you've had two top fives now and three starts. Do you think you can grab you a win here coming up at Atlanta or Homestead?
You know, I'm I wish I was able to do that North Wilkesboro one, but everyone had good old vid, so I just couldn't do anything. But Atlanta, I'm a fan of Atlanta. I really like that track. It's probably one of my most won tracks just in normal iRacing. So I possibly, what was the other track? I don't know.
Homestead to finish out the regular season there.
Yeah, for some reason I'm not as good as I wish I could be on those big big tracks like that. Uh, so Homestead's going to be a tough one for me.
Well, looking forward to the Christmas break here. You have any special plans for the Christmas holiday?
Just staying home, having family time, good old, thinking about good old God and Jesus Christ. There's our Lord and Savior and what He did for us. That's what Christmas is really about, right? So, yeah, that's about our plans. How about you guys?
Oh, I have some plans to spend time with the family and both my family and my in-laws' family. So, looking forward to some great food and some giving and celebrating the Lord there.
Bunch of family, COVID permitted though. My uncle,
Yeah,
he got COVID, so I don't know if we're gonna do that this year.
yeah, it's tough when they do, man. So,
But once again, congrats on the second place finish. Tough break though. Thought you had it wrapped up for the race win. You have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there?
definitely. KPTV75 is my stream handle. You can check me out on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And also, if you need any AMSOIL, go to pointersmotorsupplies.com. That's where I sell AMSOIL, or you give me a call directly. All right.
All right. Well, we appreciate you stopping by, and you have a fantastic off week with the Christmas break. And maybe we'll get to talk to you again when we leave Atlanta.
Sounds good, buddy. You guys have a great Merry Christmas, and everyone else out there watching.
Thank you.
You too, thank you.
God bless.
And that was Kelly Poynor, your runner-up finisher here tonight after having a tough break while leading the race. Let's bring your race winner in here, the 54 of Jamie Dunning.
Dun 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 dun.
Hey there, Jamie Dunning. You got a copy?
Yes, gentlemen. How are you tonight?
Oh, fantastic, especially after watching that dominating performance. Walk us through how that race went for you, especially that late race pass with Poynor having some issues there with the curbing.
It was a very long race. To be honest, my legs are killing me right now. I can't wait to get out of this chair. It was very eventful. I mean, there was a couple times that I looped it coming out of the double right-hander out of the backstretch and regained myself and just kept pushing. I think the difference between me and what most of everybody else have done is they were downshifting into first, coming out of the hairpins or the tight corners, and I just stayed in second and hardly spanned my tires at all, which saved them in the long run. I was just able to put down consistent lap times, 2:18s, 19s, and so on and so forth.
Well, like we seen earlier, you put down a blistering lap time of a 2:18.34. Did you know you had run that fast of a lap and possibly set a track record for the trucks here at Cota?
No, I did not know anything about it until Pointer said something out to me that was a quick lap. I mean, in practice, I ran a 2:18.5, and I think Dakota was around 2:18.9. So I knew it was doable for all of us to do it. It's just these trucks are so weird coming to these road courses. It feels so slow trying to slow the truck down into a corner that you can easily take it in third gear or second gear, but your mind just tells you want to downshift into first, and that's when you lose a lot of time. So with me downshifting into second, I knew that I could at least hit my mark of 2:18.5, but 2:18.3 I was shocked that when I saw the lap time.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it over to Justin for a couple of questions.
Yeah, really a much needed win here tonight for you. Sitting P4 in points now. You're going to make up a little bit of ground on Matson there. You missed a race this season. Do you think you can go on a streak here and win the last two? We've seen win streaks this season. You think you can do it here to end the season off, maybe win the championship?
It's going to be very tough. Dustin Matson and everybody's favorite Justin Michael are really, really consistent drivers, and they're fast. They know how to conserve tires, unlike I do. But I mean, anything can happen at any given moment. I mean, just look at last week with Dustin at North Wilkesboro looping it out of turn 4, which solidified my spot for a second spot. Atlanta, I should be decent at. Homestead, I should be pretty good at. So I'm hoping that, I can move my way closer to those gentlemen at the end of the regular season. But I don't see myself winning the whole championship, because when the title's on the line, they're gonna push and they're gonna shove their way to the front. Especially that 3 truck at Dakota. I mean, you got to watch out for him because he likes bumping people out of his way.
Really, the last two, like the regular season championship, the last 2 races. You think you could go into the playoffs in first?
It's going to be tough. Right now, I want to say I was like 13 points behind Dakota. So, and he's 22 points behind Justin, and so Justin's like 16 behind Dustin. So it's going to be tough. I know Dustin finished 3rd tonight. I don't know where Dakota and Justin ended up finishing, so I'm hoping that I could, reel them in just a little bit. But I have to finish first each of the last 2 races to get close enough to Dustin. But I don't think I'll surpass him unless he misses those races.
Well, looking forward to the Christmas break. You have any special plans there for the Christmas holidays?
Just spending time with my family. I got 2 young kids that, I can't wait for them to wake up to see what Santa brought them, and then family's coming over for a dinner and a brunch. Other than that, it's just enjoying my 4-day weekend off from work and spending much needed time with the family, and hopefully that everybody's safe so I don't have any fire calls to go to.
Right. Well, once again, congrats on the race win out here tonight at Cota in the Lone Star State. You have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there?
I would like to thank you guys for broadcasting all our series. Without you, we wouldn't be able to show our skills to everybody out there in the world. I would like to thank Dakota, Chris Howell, Dustin Matson for helping with the truck series. I would like to thank Rick Chicken Barbecue, Sim Racer Hub, K2B Button Box. Who else? Butt Kicker, because they just signed on with us for the Cup season. Basically, all the sponsors that we've gained this season, I would like to thank all of them. Without them, the SERL would not be here today.
Absolutely. And once again, congrats on the taking home the checkered flag. We appreciate you stopping by here tonight. Maybe we'll get to talk to you again there leaving Atlanta.
I hope so, gentlemen. You guys have a Merry Christmas
Thank you. You too. And that was your race winner, Jamie Dunning. Let's take you back one more time and show you the pass for the lead. Riding along with Dunning. See him coming out of turn one there, heading towards the S's. Where you're going to see the 75 make the mistake and hit that yellow curbing.
That's just devastating right there.
See right here, this is where Poynor's going to hit it. Major airtime on the right side of that 75 machine. And that's the pass for the lead that ultimately allowed Jamie Dunning to walk away with this by over 40 seconds to bring home the checkered flag tonight. Let's take you back and show you the official finishing order one more time here, presented by Sim Racer Hub. Your winner, Jamie Dunning, by 41 seconds. Kelly Poynor bringing that 75 in second. Third was Dustin Madsen. Fourth, Christopher Howell. Fifth, Dakota Camper.
Justin Michael bringing it home 6th with Jonathan Cogswell in 7th, Matt Crockett 8th, John J. McIntyre 9th, Josh Anderson 10th.
And 11th, James McCanney. 12th, Jake Eaton. And rounding out your field in 13th is Carl Burke in the 53. And that's your official finishing order here from the Lone Star State at Circuit of the Americas, presented by Sim Racer Hub. For all your sim racing league needs, go to www.simracerhub.com and they'll fix you up where your league can track all your stats, race wins, average finish, all that kind of good stuff. Go check them out, and we'll see you not next week. We'll be off for Christmas, but starting out the new year, January 1st, we'll be live from Atlanta Motor Speedway out in Georgia. Justin, Full Send Broadcast Network, I'm Jacob, signing off. We'll see you in 2 weeks.